So remember, the parent class is the more general class where there's all the general functions or general methods and attributes. Always remember, that's the parent class that contains everything that the child classes would inherit. The class people is considered the parent class because it contains everything that we want to inherit from. So we go down to our child class, or also known as subclass. We want to inherit everything from our parent class, which is the attributes, first name, last name, and the set and get full name methods. So I'll actually show you guys. So the child class is usually used as a class to add new attributes and new functions or methods. And remember, these are two completely separate classes. So even though the person class, it inherits everything from the people class, but it doesn't work and vice versa. So the people class doesn't inherit anything from its child classes because it's the parent class. So I'll show you guys. So let's say, for example, if I, let's say, just create, let's say, a object. So I'll go here, create a person object from our person class. And if I just want to display the results of our attributes from our people class, which is the first name and last name, that should give us no value set for both, I'll just use the person object from the person class, and let's see what happens. I use the method get full name. We go here and we do that, and we should get no value set for both. So I'll do that. Let's go to our local server, hit refresh, and look what we have. As I said before, no value set for our first name and last name. So if we go back and we actually use the set method, and remember, the get and set method is from our person or our people class. Remember, and we used the person to create an object from our person class. So if I'll do set and I'll pass in two pieces of information, like I told you before, and that's how we set our new values to the attributes that's contained inside our people class. I'll do Jadian for our first name and Forte for the last name. So we're modifying the attributes from our parent class, which is people. And if I go back to my browser, click refresh, look what happens. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I forgot to actually display the information. Let me remove my echo statement. I'll just do a copy and paste down here, but of course we want to display it. So we use our echo statement and use the get full name method. And let's see what we have in our browser. Click refresh, and there we have it. Jadian Forte. And always remember to always make the attributes private, because only features within the class can access them as well. So let's say, for example, if we just wanted to try to modify, let's say if we try to modify the attribute from our parent class, let's see what happens. If I go first name, and we want to assign it, let's say Bobby, let's see what happens. So remember, when the attributes are set private, it cannot be accessed outside of that class. So again, I'll show you our access modifier for our first name and last name. And I'm going to show you in our browser what happens. So if I click refresh, we did not display anything. Well, if I go back here and uncomment my echo statement, click refresh, we're still not modifying the value because remember, it's set to private, and if attributes and methods are set to private within a class, not even they're included in subclasses or classes that inherit from that parent class. So let's go back to our code, and let's say, for example, if we want to use our method that we inherited, and it's public, so we can use that method to modify our attributes from our parent class, which is people. So if I just take that and just use our method and pass in two pieces of information, which is the first name and last name, I'll say, let's say James Harrison. Okay, and of course we'll use our echo statement by PHP to display our information. So we refresh our browser and we should get James Harrison, which we get right here. So pretty much in a nutshell, that's how we implement the PHP. Now I'll go into details a lot more in our next lecture with private and protected and public as well.